I saw those 2 videos. I saw the one of, I saw the assassination. And I saw the lady in the subway. And both are pretty fucked. Both are pretty fucked. But I won't speak more about that. I've already made my point on Twitter clear. At least I think I made it pretty clear. It's just very scary. And I've thought about both more than I honestly should be. They've been on my mind more than they should be. Some people might disagree that it's like, you should think about that stuff. And it's like, I don't have to think about the video itself. I didn't. There are some things that are like kind of like burned into my memory now, and they both make me very sad. And I'm sure that for most people, regardless on what side of the fence you sit at, I think most people, if they saw those videos, would be like, yeah, that's fucked up. That shouldn't have happened. I guess all I will say is that I really hope, if there's anything to truly be taken out of this, because everyone's speaking in a certain way and some people are being more incendiary than others, to just try to be kind and listen to people. If you feel like someone is coming in good faith or genuine curiosity, to be kind. It's crazy that for some people that is too hard, or they feel like there is an asterisk on be kind. And that sucks. But I have always tried, and I don't do it all the time. Sometimes I slip. I've always tried to give people benefit of the doubt. When people ask me a question, I try to take it from an angle of sincerity, from someone who wants to know what's going on or wants a genuine answer and is willing to listen to that. When it comes to the matter of debate, I believe that in a debate, both sides should consider the possibility that their minds could be changed. That they could walk away from the debate and be like, I learned something today. Or I see something now from a different perspective. There are some things that we hold steadfast to, again. There are certain opinions that I do not stand by at all. But nobody deserves to go the way that person went. Isn't that the point of a debate outside of potentially proving a point? You'd think, yeah. I think so. I think so, at least. Some people don't. Some people see debate as, I'm going to scream my point at you, and if you keep arguing it, I'm gonna throw a buzzword at you, and say that you're wrong. And that is not how debate works. That is not how conversation works. That is not how an exchanging of ideas works. I thought debate is like collective lecture hall. I think that's more debate team than debate hall. Mostly the idea of a debate. If we're to make it very simple, if someone was like, oranges are better for you, and you were like, no, apples are better for you, and you both have your facts and your points and maybe even your opinions, talking about them, just talking about them in opposing ways, is a debate. You bring your facts and ideas and opinions, they bring their facts, ideas, and opinions, and when everything is said and done, or when someone's like, I think we have reached a consensus here, or we've reached an impasse where this is where it finishes, you walk away. And you can either think about the things you've learned, if you've learned anything, if you brought up a fact and someone debunked it and proved that that wasn't actually a fact, or your opinion might not have been as well informed, or and someone gave more context and things like that. You think about those things. And then from there, your opinion can evolve. It doesn't have to change, but it could even evolve. You could add nuance to it, you know? But the moment people throw ad hominems or strawmans or whatabouts or just plain insults, the debate is over because it's not a debate anymore. It's just a mudslinging contest. That's what it is. And there were people that tried to talk, and there were people who just wanted to mudsling. And then, unfortunately, there were people who didn't even want to do that. They wanted to throw punches. They wanted to throw actual things. And some were just willing to silence entirely. And the moment someone has decided that the conversation is done, when someone is like, no, I don't want to talk to you, I don't want to hear you, I don't like anything you have to say, and someone takes that feeling to an extreme, that's when we have violence. And I feel like if we're going to pretend to be like, my brain's braining, if we're going to pretend to act like we're a functioning society or like people with a fucking frontal lobe, we need to recognize that that's not how we do things. Doesn't matter what side of the fence you are in. Like, that is a bipartisan thing. The moment that is a bipartisan point. The moment conversation stops is when violence has the chance to start. There have been people that have come into my chat who have said some shit that I do not agree with. Unless they're actually being nasty, I try to talk to them. And if it turns out that they don't see, or they don't understand, or they don't want to, whatever, I again try my best. I've slipped. I'm like, you do not have to stay here. Have a nice day. I am sorry that we don't agree. I'm sorry if it seems that maybe I'm not budging. It feels like you're not budging, and that's fine. I hope that, you know, I find, you know, certain points, XYZ points, on your side, on your side to be misinformed. I hope you look into that, or maybe listen to people from that side and give them a chance to speak. If you've ever had an experience where the stance is because someone threw a buzzword at you and labeled you, I'm sorry that that happened. And then I just hope that if they do choose to leave, that when they think back of, oh, whenever I say my opinion, I'm called a this, a that, except for that one time. Except for that one time. I talked to that dumb pink VTuber. And she talked to me like a person. You know? I've had it a couple times where I've debated here and there with people on Twitter, and I don't do that often. And I've ended it with, you know, we've reached an impasse. I'm sorry that, you know, it doesn't seem like we're gonna get much further, blah, blah, blah. And have a nice day. And I've had some people tell me, you have been so polite. I'm only at, like, some people have been like, I'm only entertaining this and being respectful because you have been respectful. And I'm just like, yeah, just be respectful. Don't call me a name. Don't say that I deserve this, or like I'm a person and you're a person. And I want to treat you like a person. I want to talk to you like a person. Again, the moment somebody come in my chat being like, you fucking dumb bitch, fucking KMS and freaking KMS in Minecraft, I'd be like, aight bitch, let's go, bye. Ban. We don't do that shit. I give you the exact same energy you bring to me. I give it right back to you. You've opened the floodgates, not me. You're the one that freaking, you know, stuck your toe in that shit. But for the most part, 90% of people where they're like, hi, how's it going? I do my best to try to be cordial, to try to be respectful, and talk to them as I would want to be talked to. I've always tried to live by that, because unfortunately, I've had people be cruel to me and wondered, why would you do that to somebody? How could you do that to somebody? I could never be this way to somebody. But again, just some people are. Some people just suck. Some people just suck. And again, I feel like most of the people that have these opinions that so-and-so group is bad, or so-and-so group is, you know, evil, or so-and-so group is messed up in the head, and all that really vitriolic stuff you hear. I feel like 90% of those people have never interacted with somebody legitimately. I'm not even counting Twitter. Twitter's not a fucking real place, bro. I'm talking about, like, genuinely, have you sat down with some of these people and have you guys just talked to each other in good faith and tried to hear each other out and tried to hear the other point? And again, some people, even then, sometimes those people, some of those people just do not budge. Some people, again, will say they want to debate, but they just want to hear themselves talk. And that's a problem right there. There are people who don't want to debate. They just want to hear themselves talk. But there are some people who, again, I hope at least, like me, just want to hear the other side out and be like, tell me how you reached this point, and I will tell you how I reached mine.